2023 was an absolute knockout year for boxing, marked by a shift in mega fights. While some super fights may have not been as competitive as expected, they showcased the willingness in the chase for greatness. Looking back at my 2023 predictions, 6 out of the 12 fights came true. So today I'll be rolling out my top 12 boxing matchups I would love to see in 2024, while I also took many of your suggestions from my community post I put out in December. While I'll also give you a ranking in terms of how likely these are to happen. Feel free to comment below your dream fights you would like to see in 2024. So on that note, let's get right into it. Tiimo Lopez, the former undisputed lightweight champion, well, depending who you ask, has decided to go down the route of facing Viril Ortiz to defend his WBO 140-pound title in February. However, beyond this anticipated fight for some, the intriguing question arises: how would Tiimo fare against the relentless Viril Ortiz, a fighter who stands as one of the most deadly champions in the division? Not to mention, it looked like they were in serious negotiations back in December only for it to fall through.
Seeing him and stuff, yeah, you know, he has a belt too, so you can't say that he's not a nobody. He's the IBF world champion and in my division.
Have you been paying attention to him?
Yeah, he'll probably go out in 4. Yeah.
However, Tiimo's aspirations extend beyond his current weight class as well, evidenced by his recent callouts to pound-for-pound star Terence Crawford. While some might see it as a strategic move to secure a big fight, the possibility of Tiimo facing a powerful pressure fighter like Ortiz adds an extra layer of excitement for me. Ortiz, often mentioned in the same breath as the fearsome beterbiev, possesses a unique blend of brutality and talent. He has a relentless pressure fighting style who refuses to take a back step, and has actually made his last 5 opponents quit on the stool. Now for me, the flashy skills of Tiimo, or even the outboxing skills of Devin Haney trying to navigate through Ortiz's relentless onslaught, creates a scenario that fight fans can't help but find intriguing. However, in terms of the likelihood of this matchup actually happening, I'd probably give this a 4 out of 10, especially with them both being in different networks, and the negotiations breaking down so quickly in December. Viril Ortiz is one of the rising stars in the sport, and recently made the significant decision to move up to the 154 division after having some serious health issues. But this opens up the possibilities for matchups in this new weight class. While fans might have envisioned a clash with the likes of Ennis or Crawford at welterweight, Ortiz could still have these fights at 154 pounds, and there is intriguing battles out there. 20 wins, all by knockout so far, Ortiz has established himself as one of the most dangerous and biggest punchers in the sport. Now, the spotlight does turn to Tim Tszyu, the son of the legendary Costa Tszyu, who has also showcased his prowess as being a knockout artist with 17 KOs in 21 fights, all with impressive performances so far. What makes this matchup compelling for me is not just the similarity in their records, the shared characteristics of being big punchers and come forward pressure fighters at times. With both fighters having amassed victories against similar caliber of opponents, the anticipation of this showdown between Ortiz and Tszyu is something fight fans want to see. While Tim Tszyu was elevated to the WBO champion status after Jermell Charlo's stripping, there's a sense that both fighters are hungry for a big fight and a true test against top tier competition, and both have hinted at their interest in facing each other, setting the stage for a potential classic. In terms of this happening, I give this a 6 out of 10 chance. I just can't think that the promoters and broadcasters can make this a difficult one to happen. Terence Crawford put on the most dominating performance against Errol Spence back in July 2023, but now it seems he's in a bit of a career limbo due to the delayed rematch caused by Spence's recent eye surgery, and this unfortunate circumstance puts Crawford's career on hold, frustrating fans who are eager to see him more active and face other big stars in the sport. Post his victory over Spence, Crawford expressed his interest in facing Jermell Charlo even during the Spence fight. However, the recent dominant display by Canelo Alvarez over Charlo raises questions about the viability and the competitiveness of such a matchup. Another option Crawford seemed to have eyed was a potential move up to face Canelo, but for me, I just think this is a stretch too far. However, enter Jaron Boots Ennis, the newly crowned IBF champion, after Crawford was very unfairly stripped, considering he was tied into a contract with the rematch with Spence. However, with Ennis, known for his exceptional talent, skills, athleticism in the welterweight division, is yet to face that top tier opposition in that class. Stylistically, the matchup between Crawford and Ennis would be a dream for boxing enthusiasts, showcasing the fighter's ability to switch stances, use their high ring IQ, and of course their potent punching power. Unfortunately, I really struggle to see this fight materialising in 2024, considering Crawford has put this down despite the callouts from Boots, and will no doubt have to fight Spence again, probably in the summer. I give this a 2 out of 10. Jesse Bam Rodriguez showcased an impressive performance against Sonny Edwards, confirming his decision to move up in weight to the super flyweight division, a weight class where he's already won a world title. However, as Bam eyes up potential matchups in this division, two compelling options emerge for me: Estrada and Ioka. For Estrada, he's obviously a seasoned veteran and current champion in the division, and represents a kind of passing of the torch fight with Bam. And despite Estrada's inactivity in the previous year, this matchup still carries significance and intrigue, considering his skill set and experience. On the other hand, we have WBA champion Ioka, who stands as a more active option. Ioka secured victory over Bam's brother Franco last year, and presents a different challenge for Bam in the division above. This potential matchup not only offers Bam the chance to avenge his brother's loss, also sets up a big fight potentially in Japan for him, against another highly experienced and legendary fighter. Considering the big fights Bam has taken to date, I give this an 8 out of 10 chance. Vasyl Lomachenko, a boxing maestro, is currently reported to be facing George Kambosos Jr. in Australia later this year. However, as Loma enters the later years of his career, the lingering question remains: how much does Loma have left in the tank? Despite this, the boxing community remains eager to see Lomachenko get one last chance at a world title shot, considering so many felt Lomachenko was robbed against Devin Haney. Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, is at a point in his career where stepping into a big fight would be a crucial test to validate his skills and standing among top tier fighters like Tank Davis or Devin Haney. But personally, a matchup with either of them may not be on the immediate horizon in my opinion. However, with both Lomachenko and Shakur under the top rank banner, there's reasonable expectations that this fight could materialise in 2024. Adding to the intrigue is the fact that Loma and Shakur used to spar each other, making this an even more intriguing matchup, as they have been in the ring together. And it would be interesting to see Shakur, who is technically in his athletic prime, would handle the angles and movement of a crafty veteran like Lomachenko. In terms of the likelihood, I give this matchup a solid 6 out of 10 chance of happening, considering they're under the same promoter. Anthony Joshua has recently signed up for a massive payday bout against Francis Ngannou, the former UFC champion in Saudi Arabia. However, he must keep his focus sharp for this fight, considering the unpredictable nature of heavyweight boxing, and we saw what happened to Tyson Fury. However, the fight I still would have liked to have seen was Joshua versus Wilder, a matchup that doesn't make immediate sense. However, there's still a compelling case for it when considering the legacy of both fighters. Though Deontay Wilder had a setback in his fight against Parker, factors like the inactivity may have played a role here. For me, it would be naive to write off Wilder entirely, especially considering his proven knockout power and ability to turn fights around. Joshua, who has shown vulnerability in the past, might face a more fiery build-up against Wilder, fueled by the desire for redemption, considering all the things Wilder said about him. Despite potential hurdles and criticisms of this, there's a case to be made for the significance of this matchup in the heavyweight division, and legacy plays a crucial role, and the narrative surrounding Joshua-Wilder fight is much bigger than facing someone like Joseph Parker in a rematch, or even Zhang. Personally, I'd probably rate this a 3 out of 10. Ryan Garcia's start to the year has been nothing short of dramatic, from the joys of welcoming a newborn to the challenges of a publicised divorce, while wanting to challenge Devin Haney for his next fight. Amidst all this, Garcia took an unexpected turn in his opponent selection, opting to go down the route of facing Rolly Romero instead of Devin Haney. The move has created intrigue and controversy within the boxing community. From a purely entertainment perspective, Garcia and Rolly promises an enticing build-up, fueled by trash talk and personal dynamics, including that famous sparring video. The contrast in their personalities and fighting styles could make a captivating storyline, generating significant buzz leading up to the fight. Strategically, this matchup offers Ryan Garcia a potential better chance of securing a world title compared to a clash with Devin Haney at this point in time. While not undermining Rolly's abilities, Garcia's speed and counterpunching could pose challenges for Rolly. However, the unpredictability of Ryan in his recent performances, highlighted by his unconventional Philly shell attempt in his last outing, adds an element of uncertainty when facing him. It may have worked for him on that occasion, but employing similar tactics against Rolly might carry different consequences. Overall, I do feel this is a potential fun and entertaining fight, with both fighters well suited for this level of competition. In terms of the likelihood, I still give it a low as they are with different promoters and networks, so I'll probably give this a 4 out of 10. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, two heavyweight titans, have been intertwined in a web of contractual obligations and dramatic twists. Currently tied up in a rematch clause, the possibility of Joshua vs Fury showdown in 2024 looks uncertain at this stage, unless it happens towards the tail end of the year. Following Fury's lackluster performance against Ngannou, Joshua undoubtedly will be eager to make a statement in his upcoming bout. The desire for this matchup extends beyond personal rivalries. It's a crucial fixture for both legacy of both fighters, British boxing, and the heavyweight division as a whole. While Saudi Arabia have been splashing the cash to host monumental fights and events, the likelihood of Joshua vs Fury happening in 2024 is modest, and I probably give this a 3 out of 10 chance of actually happening, but one I think is vital eventually happens. Davonte Davis, a pay-per-view star, had a busy start in 2023, facing Hector Garcia before going on to face Ryan Garcia in a more high-profile event. Garnered a lot of attention and was one of the biggest fights of the year, however not so much on the competitive nature of the contest. Looking ahead, the logical and intriguing next big fight for Tank could be against Devin Haney, especially at 140 pounds. Devin Haney's impressive performance against Regis Prograis in November elevated his status in the super lightweight division. Considering this, it seems unlikely Haney would come back down to 135 pounds, making a catchweight a more viable option, or 140 pounds, which is a weight division Tank has fought in the past. A more active Davonte Davis, who has now become a pay-per-view attraction, would benefit from a high-profile dance partner like Devin Haney to solidify his standing at the top. However, the unfortunate reality of boxing politics, promotional rivalries, and weight class dynamics diminishes the likelihood of this matchup happening in 2024. And to be honest, I probably give this a 2 out of 10 chance of happening, unless the Saudis can step in and make this happen. Artur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bevil, two dominant figures in the light heavyweight division, have recently fought, and speculation is high that the Saudis might once again pull out a substantial sum to orchestrate this marquee matchup in 2024. Stylistically, the contest is a dream for boxing purists. Dimitri Bevil, known for his technical outboxing style, combines finesse with a more traditional Soviet boxing approach. In contrast, Artur Beterbiev is a relentless pressure fighter and puncher with proven knockout power. Both fighters boast extensive amateur backgrounds as well, currently holding all the belts at 175 pounds, leaving no more excuses for this showdown not to happen. I did a recent poll indicating a slight favour towards Dimitri over Artur, adding to the intrigue of this matchup for me. Bevil's consistent execution of the perfect game plan versus Beterbiev's pressure and power creates a compelling dynamic. With Artur turning 39 this year, there's a sense of urgency to make this fight happen before age potentially catches up with the hard-hitting Russian. Therefore, the likelihood of Beterbiev and Bevil materialising in 2024 stands at probably an 8 out of 10 for me.
What's gonna happen?
I don't know. He talk about fight, but he never fight. Ask him.
In the realm of dream matchups, Canelo Alvarez facing David Benavidez ranks the highest on most fans' wish lists. Stylistically, the fight promises fireworks and has the potential to be a defining moment for both fighters' careers. Canelo, the face of boxing, has dominated the super middleweight division since moving up, but Benavidez stands out as the one many believe could pose the most serious challenge he's ever faced. Canelo's dominance and Benavidez's aggressive style create an intriguing contrast. David, known for his relentless pressure and speedy combinations, might offer a unique challenge to Canelo, who in turn would likely aim to exploit the size difference by targeting the body and larger frame of Benavidez. The match is excellent from a narrative perspective as well, possibly making a passing of torch to a new era or solidifying Canelo's legacy as one of the greatest Mexican fighters we've seen with a win. However, the likelihood of this bout happening in 2024 seems uncertain. I'd probably give this a 5 out of 10 chance. Now, the most anticipated, unfortunately for us, confirmed matchup for 2024 is Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. This bout, scheduled for February 17th, carries immense significance for the sport of boxing, as it determines the undisputed heavyweight champion. The importance of this fight cannot be overstated. After years of waiting and speculation, boxing fans will finally witness a clash between two elite heavyweights, each with their unique set of skills and strengths. Fury, known for his size, elusive movement and power, faces Usyk, a masterful technician with exceptional footwork and boxing IQ. And there is questions that loom over this bout. Will Fury's size prove too much for Usyk? Or will Usyk's movement and technical prowess create problems for a larger opponent? Can Fury capitalise on Usyk's potential weaknesses, such as targeting the body? Or is Fury showing signs of decline from his previous bout? I will have a tactical overview video out for this, and you can expect a more detailed analysis soon between these clash of giants. However, I do give this a very good 9 out of 10 chance. In reflection, the prospect of the boxing landscape in 2024 is undeniably exciting, especially with the Saudis putting up so much money for these fights. But as we eagerly anticipate these clashes, from Fury vs Usyk's historic undisputed showdown to dream matchups like Canelo vs Benavidez and beterbiev vs Bivol, the stage is set for an electrifying year. I do my best to be as optimistic as possible on this channel, but I am very aware that politics is a big thing in boxing, and many of these fights will not happen even at all. However, I do hope that 2024 we see a continuation of big and competitive fights continuing to take place. Make sure to comment below the fights you want to see in 2024. I'd love to know. This has been Jamie from Boxing Life, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.